We're going to talk about this. It is the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's the 50th anniversary commemorating the sinking of that ship. 50 years ago today, we've been talking about it. So the Gordon Lightfoot song that I'm sure many of you know, if you're not, you've heard it probably a lot over the course of the last few days. The Wreck of the Fitzgerald was recorded just about a month after the wreck in '75. One of the reasons that the Fitzgerald is one of the world's most well-known shipwrecks and used as a symbol to this day. Well, there's a Gordon Lightfoot tribute band that's been playing the song and many others together since '96, and we wanted to have them on and talk to them a little bit about it, as today marks the commemoration of 50 years. So we have, is it David James Carlson?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. You knew Gordon Lightfoot personally, is that right?
Not real well as a friend, just as an acquaintance.
Yeah.
But I saw a bunch of his concerts like many people do over the years, but 6 different times, I never wanted to bug the man much, but 6 different times whenever I would see them, he'd always invite me backstage. And one time he said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "I don't know." He gave me tickets for another show. He's always invited me backstage. We always got along. Sometimes even after the backstage long visits, he'd say, "Come up to the hotel suite," and I got to play on Gordon Lightfoot's guitar till 3:30 in the morning. And ask him many questions over the years. So I got together with him a half dozen times. He always liked me and always included me, gave me tickets. I don't know why or how, but he was just a great guy.
Was there anything that you learned about that particular song that inspired you in later years as you've been performing these covers? Or what did he tell you about the song?
Well, first of all, in those meetings we had, there were a lot of other people around, but usually it was a smaller group at the end of a night, like maybe 20 people or something like that. So I didn't talk to him for like hours on end, but I talked to him a lot of details. For instance, on that song, one time I said to him, I said, "Gord, what a miracle, what a fantastic, best written song." He said, no, it should have never been a hit. I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Well, it was too long for radio." Yeah. And it had no chorus. I said, "Yeah." He said, "It's 7 long verses about death and dying and tragedy. Radio should have never played it." But it had something to it. It had a sound, it had a feel, and his poetic words, it had such power. Of course it became a hit. And the interesting thing is that when he said it was too long, it was 6 minutes and 27 seconds on the album, and originally being played on the air, and radio back then was saying, "The song is great, but it's so long. It's as long as 2 songs." So they did a special cut version where he trimmed down all the instrumentals and so on. But really that cut down version is just under 6 minutes. It's 5 minutes and 50 some seconds, 53 seconds. Because it had a 5, it looked better for the broadcasters or for the DJs.
Yeah.
And it went on. It was such a big hit. It was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards. And it was a platinum album, not just a gold record album. I mean, it was huge.
So tell me about your band. What kind of shows do you do? Are you performing currently?
Yes, we're the Gordon Lightfoot Band, and I've been doing, like I said, I've been kind of not buddies, but acquaintances with him for years and through the 70s. And in '85, when it was the 10th year of the Fitzgerald, I said to him, "Hey, Gord, I'm going to get together and do a tribute at a club I'm playing just as a soloist." And I had some other friends join me, and that was in '85. That was the first time I started doing tributes for the Fitzgerald. Well, about 10 years after that, a bunch of band buddies said, "You should put together a whole band." I said, "I don't know," because I always did a half dozen of his songs. They said, "Well, we should do a whole thing." And that's when it started, and that was 30 years ago, actually, in '95. But '96, we established ourselves. In '97, we met with Gordon, and here's a little picture of our logo and it's just we have better looking stuff on the internet, so we started doing all of his music, and and all those backstage visits. One time I brought the whole band and we saw the. He's given me tickets before. We saw the whole show. We got backstage. My wife even brought her sister. So, and we got to meet the band. My whole band got to meet the band and Gordon Lightfoot.
Wow.
And I gave him the glossy pictures on us. And he said, yeah, it was a handshake agreement. That's how he was. That he totally endorsed our band. So we've been doing this since '96 as a full band. And yes, next week, I tried to get some gigs for this weekend. None happened. We did one 3 weeks ago, but next weekend on the 15th, on Saturday night, we'll be in St. Cloud at the Pioneer Place Theater in St. Cloud, 7:30. You've got to get tickets, so get online and get those. Pioneer Place Theater, Saturday the 15th, 7:30 show. And then on the 22nd, we will be at the La Musique Theater in St. Michael.
Nice.
Okay.
No, thank you, and I so appreciate you coming on and spending the time with us. You having that connection, and it's a great opportunity for people to go out and check out your band. James Carlson, leader of the Gordon Lightfoot Tribute Band. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.